So guys, it's been a long time since I made a video on YouTube. I have had the most crazy summer ever. Been all over Europe, partying, went to Tomorrowland Festival, Creamfields, loads of different things, Mykonos, Ibiza twice. Obviously some bad stuff happened to me in Ibiza if you've been following me on Instagram. We got robbed, our villa, etc. But here I am, I'm finally making another video, and the reason for today's video is I've actually finally moved to Thailand. I am in Bangkok. And it's kind of been a dream, a long time coming really. And I just felt like I'd had enough of the UK. And that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to come here. And a lot of people said to me, Darry, you've got an amazing life already. You know, you've got a great business, you've got your house, you've got everything set up. You had everything that I effectively had everything I dreamed of when I started my business 6 years ago. But I just didn't feel like I was suited to the UK. I had come to the terms with a lot of things that were wrong with the UK, and I saw through all the bullshit that we get taught and fed every day through the media, and I just said, I've had enough of this place. I obviously came to Thailand for 5 months from January, made amazing friends from the New Elite, and new opportunities presented themselves to me. So I just felt like this was the right time and kind of time to make a change in my life. So I basically decided to sell everything I had. I've sold my house, I've sold my motorbikes, I've sold a load of my clothes, I've got rid of a load of stuff, got rid of a lot of personal possessions, and that definitely taught me that having an abundance of possessions is not always a good thing. And it was a real pain to have to get rid of them and store them and all these kind of things. And I definitely want to live my life in a much more minimal style, being able to basically travel around the world with a suitcase if I need to. And that's the reason that I kind of changed my lifestyle now. So why am I making this video? Well, I wanted to show you guys my journey of actually living here in Bangkok and Thailand for the next year. I'm going to be doing some amazing content with Jack and the New Elite. We are hoping to build some amazing stuff into that system and the group and the network, lots of adventures and masterminds and loads of exciting cool things, stuff I've always wanted to do and always dreamed of. I'm also doing things that I've never thought I would do, such as boxing. Starting that tomorrow actually, so that's going to be an interesting journey, and I want to show you guys that kind of progression of what actually you can become in a year of solid focus, in the right mindset and the right environment most of all. I guess I really just wanted to touch on a couple of reasons I did want to leave the UK if I haven't already spoken about them in depth really, and that was really a lot of things that I kind of didn't seem to resonate with, and that was definitely one of them was the drinking culture. And I've slipped into this for a long time, as we all do, I believe, in the UK. But what I found is there was really nothing exciting to do outside of, you know, going out with your friends to the pubs and going out on a night out in shitty Derby, which really I got tired of after a long time. With Thailand, I found so many more cool and fun activities to do that just didn't involve alcohol at all. And even being here, I don't feel the need to drink any form of alcohol at all. Outside of that, I have found that a lot of activities and things were just, because of the weather in the UK, they just weren't fun to enjoy. You know, it was just kind of all very much weather orientated. You'd work all week, end the weekend, end the week at the weekend, and you just go out and either get pissed or have a boring weekend at home, to be honest. And that's just not how I wanted to live my life anymore. I just decided enough is enough. I also found the opportunity with the New Elite. So the New Elite completely changed my life in every way. I made some amazing friends, and they led to some amazing opportunities out here and things that we're going to be growing with that. So that's also another reason that I wanted to come here. But also what I found with living in the UK is that when I came here to Thailand, I realized just how much we get ripped off in the UK. There's so many times when I did return and I just thought, how is it legal, or how is it fair to be paying the prices that we pay for some of the stupid things that we do pay for? For example, East Midlands Airport or Manchester Airport now, you've got to pay £5 or £6 to drop someone off or pick someone up from the airport, which literally takes 10 seconds. You know, it's just a rip-off culture in every single way. At festivals, for example, another thing I like to do is go to festivals. You're paying £14, £15 for a 6-7 inch pizza, which is absolutely crap. It's just at every point there's an opportunity to rip people off. British people will do that, or British companies will do that, and you don't get that here in Thailand. I mean, it's just, you just don't experience it. It's not the same. So I just got fed up with that culture really, and just overpricing things when they don't need to be. Inflation is so high in the UK, the value for money that you're getting just doesn't reflect how much you pay in the service. Everyone's kind of depressed and dismal. It's not the same kind of environment. And you just come here to another culture, another area of the world, and you just experience such a different, opposite experience, and it just makes you wonder why we put up with it. And that's what I got to. So why am I putting up with this anymore? So why did I choose Bangkok? Well, when I was in Thailand from January to May, I kind of traveled a little bit around, but the main base was Koh Samui. Being kind of business orientated, Koh Samui was a little bit too small for me, and I wanted to be at a central hub, and Bangkok is pretty much one of the most central hubs for Asia, Southeast Asia in general. You can get around all of Asia very easily. You can get to Dubai in 6 hours in a very comfortable Emirates flight. Doesn't cost a fortune to do that either. So it's a really good base to be able to get around the whole of Asia in general, and it's also extremely busy and got that chaotic lifestyle, which kind of like keeps me going. I love that kind of energy that it has, even though I love the chaotic energy, that's to put it blunt. So you can also have luxury and cheapness, like a cheap lifestyle here as well. So you can have all different kinds of lifestyle if you wanted to go on the very cheap end all the way up to luxury lifestyle. And to be honest, with the budget that I had to live here, I've decided to go all out and really go to the top end of my budget with my living costs here. I wanted to experience a year of luxury just to put myself in that abundance mindset. I've got an amazing apartment here in the same building as Jack, who we decided on this building because it's very central. It's probably one of the best locations you can get in Bangkok. And it's the marquee building. I'm going to do another video on an actual tour of the whole building, how it works, etc. But what I found with this building, most of all, it's extremely private. You don't think that you've got any kind of neighbours here at all. Private lifts that come up into your own apartment, amazing views. So yeah, that was one of the other reasons. It's just having the ability to have luxury, which Koh Samui didn't really have in that aspect. There was great people here as well. I found lots of tourists, lots of people staying here long term, and that was always a problem with islands. You've got a lot of people who are either passing through on travels, and you can't really make long lasting connections with them. So because there's so many people, I think there's around 13 million people here in Bangkok, I'm going to find it much easier to make meaningful connections with people who are actually living here long term, which is kind of what you want to build. You want to build a support network, a friendship network. And the thing is, when you move abroad, there's always other expats as well. And they've always been in the same position, so it's much more welcoming, it's easy to make friends, and everyone's in the same boat, so you understand that you need to help each other, and I found that really good, to be honest, so far. Another reason is the New Elite, and this is pretty much going to be one of the main hubs for the New Elite network. Thailand in general is one of the most popular countries in the world, where we've got lots of members. We're sitting around 50 members now here in the New Elite, and our plan is obviously to grow that much further. So having a New Elite hub here in Bangkok is fantastic. Jack's here, Bill's here, there's a couple of other guys coming through, loads of guys that are planning to move here, which is fantastic, because from here then you can get to Koh Samui with a lot of other guys there training and fighting as well. So in general, a lot of opportunity for the New Elite, and that's why another deciding factor for Bangkok. And I guess really just touching on the apartment lifestyle again, I really enjoy this kind of style lifestyle. I didn't enjoy having a home in the UK, if I'm going to be honest. I didn't enjoy having to deal with having a garden. It's just not me, it never has been me. I've lived in Italy, I had an apartment there, and I just think certain people are suited to certain styles of life. And for me, having an apartment is just the kind of way I wanted to live, and I'm absolutely loving it already. I love living in this nice building, having all the facilities on site. I don't need to go anywhere if I want to go to the gym, just have to go down the lift, literally downstairs. I've got a swimming pool, sauna, steam room, conference rooms, everything is so easy, and it's just so convenient. You can get so much food delivered here, which is absolutely fantastic. So just in every way, convenience is a big thing for me in life. I don't want to make this video too long, so I wanted to go just briefly into my plans for the next year. I have got no idea where life is going to lead me in the next year. This is pretty much a completely fresh start and a new chapter for me, and I'm really excited. I don't want to know what is going to happen. That's where life becomes exciting, and I realised that I had lost excitement in my life, working the same thing every single day in the UK. I just felt like I was in a monotonous routine, and yes, it was exciting and it was difficult to build my business, but I just got to the point where now I've got it into a really good autopilot routine, and it's working really well. And I felt like I needed a new adventure, a new challenge, and I felt like I'd got the business to a point where to go much further with it, there needs so much more dedication, and I can't see the returns being that well, not having a great ROI considering the UK economy and the UK environment right now. I don't see that going very well. I think there's a shift in times, and I think anyone who's got something about them can see that happening. And I think that any entrepreneur or businessman needs to see the change in the way things are working in economies, etc., and make a move if they feel like it's not the right place to put their efforts into. So combination of loads of different things made me make this decision. and then we'll see where this next year goes. Lots of adventures plans. So a lot of people have also asked me, what are your plans for Cosmic, your main business? Well, I've got the business to a very good point now where it's actually running with almost minimal effort from myself. There's always going to need to be a bit of my involvement in that. But for now, it's just going to run as it has been doing for a while, and I'll put the effort in that it needs to, but I'm not going to put in any more effort than is required in order to grow the business. I don't see the need to do that. I feel like every business has got a sweet spot. I feel like we're at that sweet spot right now, not too much high cost, not too much effort involved, return a decent amount of money, and being able to basically run and pay my employees and make a little bit of money on the side whilst I focus on new things. So for now, that's what's going to happen with it. I don't know for the future of it for now. We'll just see as it comes. I'm really just taking life as it comes right now. So this is just a quick and brief video. In my content, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not an editor, I'm not a filmmaker. I'm just putting a camera up on a tripod, talking about what's going on in my life, and then we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to put huge amounts of effort into doing loads of editing and video recording and all that kind of stuff, because I just don't have time for that. It's not my passion as such, but I want to show you guys what I am doing on a very authentic level. I don't want to mask it up with lots of fake stuff going on. I'm just going to show you the real raw life here in Bangkok and see how that goes. So there'll be some vlogs coming out. I'm not sticking to a certain regime or anything, but if you do want to watch my journey, if you want to see what's going on, I put a lot of stuff on my Instagram most of all, and then the more like lifestyle vlog stuff will go onto YouTube. But if you do want to give me a follow me on Instagram. Links will be in the description below. Drop me a subscribe. If I get some good traction, then I might start doing some more videos. And if you do have any things you'd like to know about Bangkok or Thailand in general, drop me a message and I'll try to make a video on it. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video. The next video is going to be the first week in Bangkok. Lots of stuff that's been happening here with Jack and the boys. So yeah, tune in and we'll make sure it's a great video. Thanks a lot.